12 different race winners last year, which was the second most different winners in the history of the championship. Jack Aitken and Clement Schmidt then on row one. Arjun Maini and Ricardo Fella third and fourth. Lucas Auer and Sheldon van der Linde round out the top six. René Rast and Nicky Tim, an interesting row four. Maximilian Powell on pole tomorrow, and Lucas Stoltz are next up. Marco Bortolotti and Ben Durr next in 11th and 12th. Kelvin van der Linde, Thomas Preining wants to watch. Thierry Vermeulen and Engin Guwen start 15th and 16th. Marco Wittmann and Maro Engel next up. Maro's bad qualifying continues. Luca Engstler and Christian Engelhardt, both DTM race winners. We're about to fire things into life now as Jack Aitken leads the charge and the race gets underway here at Zandvoort. It's a good start for Ricardo Fella just behind, and Arjun Maini's had a good start as well to try and get up the inside of Clement Schmidt for second place, but into turn one at Tarzan. It's the pole sitter Jack Aitken that leads. Maini, I think, has got through. Has he for second? Not quite. The McLaren comes back at him. Still side by side as they make their way through turn two. Uphill now, left-hander coming up. That should favour the Austrian driver Clement Schmidt. He'll a short dive down the inside of the Mercedes and hold on just about to his second place. Thomas Preining's had a nightmare start. He's dropping down the order. He's almost in last place, the driver second in the championship. But, you know, he's a 26-time race winner, a 3-time DTM champion, a multiple Porsche Super Cup champion. It won't take him long to get used to things, and he's already getting alongside Lucas Auer as they go into Tarzan. And now he swings for the inside, and he's going to get ahead of the Austrian here. But Lucas Auer, he's never one to give up. Side by side they go through turn two. It's going to be the inside line for the Mercedes. The BMW is ahead. He has to go on the high line around the banking, and he carries the speed all the way around the top. On the gas, lighting up the tyres, leaving most of the rubber on the tarmac is Sheldon van der Linde. And look at this, absolutely flat out through this section. They couldn't get closer, but that was a terrific move from René Rast. Maini previously, Fella got a good start to the race. He kind of looked like he was going to gain a place on Arjun Maini at the start. Never quite worked out. Settled into fourth, and now he's down to fifth place because René Rast, as you saw from that replay, has found a way through. Following on from your point of the BMWs, all three of them having good race pace. High again through turn three. On board with Engin Guwen. Oh, that was the contact between Thierry Vermeulen and Sheldon van der Linde, still not far behind here. Here's Lucas Stoltz trying to fend off another rapid BMW, Marco Wittmann, who has got the flashy lights on now. I'm coming, I'm here, he says. I'm knocking on the door. You are not going to be staying in front of me for very long because I'm quicker than you, mate, and I want to get past, says the 2014-2016 champion. So the pit window opens, and straight away, Clement Schmidt, and he's not the only one, comes into the pits. There are more diving in as well. Ricardo Fella, Sheldon van der Linde, and Nicky Tim all come into the pits right at the top of the pit window. So they've gone from an early stop. Jack Aitken had built up his lead to 4 seconds. Sheldon van der Linde is going to be next to Pounce. This is for a next third place. Bortolotti makes that Lamborghini wide though, as they go absolutely nose to tail over the crest, down into the right-hander at turn 7. Sheldon van der Linde's got a foot in the door now though, accelerates out, draws alongside the Italian and gets through. Bortolotti though is now ahead of his teammate, like Nicky Tim, so it's been a good pit stop now. He's still understeering wide though, and Nicky Tim throws it down the inside, and the Dane gets through now as well. Might be a bit of paintwork traded there as well between the two SSR performance drivers.
So whatever happened there, the GRT Grasser team, or whether it's Luca himself, but certainly investigation going on. Arjun Maini, the race leader, into the pits.
Christian Engelhardt out of the race. Right, Maini is released. Engin Guwen comes in now to make his stop. Maro Engel comes in to make his stop as well.
Only 4 to yet to pit. They are staying out late into the pit window.
This could be the best battle of the race, couldn't it? Lucas Auer, Ricardo Fella, Sheldon van der Linde. Sheldon's just at the absolute best first sector of the lap. The BMW has made quick work of catching up to the back of the Swiss driver. Has to think about going around the outside. That doesn't happen on the way into the chicane. Out of the left-hander at turn 12 they come. So next chance for Sheldon is going to be on the run down towards turn 1. Engin Guwen comes in now to make his stop. Maro Engel comes in to make his stop as well. Trying to come from near the back of the field, and Porsche will get out ahead of the Mercedes. That's Jack Aitken in the net lead, going into turn 1 ahead of Arjun Maini, René Rast and Clement Schmidt. And then the battle for a net 5th place is between Lucas Auer, Sheldon van der Linde and Ricardo Fella. Fella's just about fending off the BMW for now. That's how close they are, everybody. Close enough to give each other a cuddle on the way out of turn 1. You're right, it's going to be the last of the pit stoppers, isn't he? He stayed out again. And still plenty of time. We're not even halfway through the pit window here. So it's going to be a pretty long second stint for a lot of these drivers. We know he's quick. He's going to also have fresher tyres than anybody else at the end of the race, having pitted a few minutes after them. So Jack Aitken is at turn 13 at the moment. He's going to be well up in the top 10, I reckon. He could come out of this in 5th place, potentially, ahead of that battle between Lucas Auer, Ricardo Feller and Sheldon van der Linde.
Of the season so far, taking another look there at René Rast as he moved to the inside of Arjun Maini. And I think René Rast is planning on becoming Jack Aitken's...
Almost does a Kelvin van der Linde, goes through the gravel trap at turn 13. That's what happened to Kelvin yesterday in qualifying. And pushing hard, then, is the Audi. Also pushing hard is the BMW, Marco Wittmann. Here comes the big Marco BMW, then trying to go around the outside to try eventually to have the inside line when they get to turn 3, and he might just do it, you know. The BMW, oh, he's already through. Easy pickings. I thought he was going to have to go side by side with the Dane for about 3 corners there, but he'd already got the job done. So Marco Wittmann picks up 1 more place, more points, up into 8th place now, having a terrific drive.
Well, he's not given up, as he's still pushing hard. This is a look again at that turn 1, around the outside, the long way around, just driving around the Lamborghini.
Yeah, nicely done that. So from 17th on the grid up into 8th place now for Marco Wittmann. And gets up to 6th gear, gets up to 260 kilometres an hour and pulls out of the slipstream, dives for the inside line. He's just got to make the corner now. He's certainly got the position sorted already. And of course he does. Of course he gets through. Marco Wittmann picks up another place. That's 17th to 7th now. 10 places gained. Terrific drive. But 2 Lamborghinis, good luck with that. Right, here they come into Tarzan. Nicky Tim shows his nose up the inside once again, but Ricardo Feller seems to have just enough of a gap to be able to fend them off. So he's obviously getting a good exit from turn 14 each time.
In the background, I can see look like Ian Chang-Gun and Mauro Engel also going head-to-head. But
the first of the Lamborghinis, Mirko Bortolotti right behind, and look in the background, Lucas Stoltz is getting much closer. Missing the apex, big wobble, big trip to the gravel trap for Nicky Tibbs, all gone wrong. Bortolotti passes him, Stoltz passes him, and he's going to lose places to Mauro Engel and Ian Chang-Gun as well.
Got a puncture, to be quite honest. Another one struggling with tyres. You see, he just went out wide, then he got onto the dirt. The tyres are dirty, no grip at all. Keeps his foot on it, but rejoins, losing a load of positions. He'll be absolutely gutted about that. He'd been so strong up until then. All the British fans who are watching us, don't panic. I think Jack Aitken has this under control. He's opened it back up to just over 2 seconds. You just get the feeling he's controlling this. Thomas Preining still trying to get something out of this race. He's in the last points-paying position in 15th place. He can see Kelvin van der Linde, the championship leader, in front of him. Into turn 3, a very difficult corner to get right. You see drivers taking different lines through it. Some go high, some low, some through the middle.
And Arjun Maini, he's going to pick up his 2nd podium in the DTM. But here, out of the last turn in a moment, comes Jack Aitken for win number 2 of the season, win number 3 of his career in the DTM for Jack Aitken.
Victory. Very well done, very well deserved. Thank you.
Oh yes, Jack. Oh yes. Good job. Thank you.
Half the time he races, he gets on the podium. He's had 26 race wins as well, 26 pole positions, and a phenomenal effort for him. So still do not count him out of the championship. Remember, he was flying towards the end of the 2023 season. He hasn't had the best start to this year, but he's still picked up more points because he's done more races this year than he had at this stage in 2023. Look at that for a trophy. Martin Tomczyk's dad presents the trophy, a rear wing replica.
I want that. That would look great on my car. Great on his head as well. Do you think Jack Aitken likes this circuit? I think he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they all do. I haven't spoken to anybody this weekend that doesn't love it. Betty Tao presents the 2nd place trophy to a very pleased René Rast. What can he do at Le Mans next week? What can Jack Aitken do next week? Yeah, he's loving it, isn't he?
What's that?
René Rast still full of verve and enthusiasm. Peter Baumann from Liqui Moly is going to present this 3rd place trophy to Arjun Maini. Terrific effort from Arjun as well.
Yes, absolutely, and certainly our thoughts go with the Grasser team after what was an incident in the Luca Engsler pit stop. But yeah, it's a team sport, and they win together, they lose together. Those are the most amazing trophies I've ever seen.
They're very cool. Right, oh dear. They're going to be sticky and smelling of sweet champagne all the way on the flight to Le Mans later on. They should be very proud of that. 4th place. I know they wanted a podium, but that is an excellent effort for them. Fellow Austrian Lucas Auer in 5th, and then Sheldon van der Linde, Marco Wittmann, Riccardo Feller, Mirko Bortolotti and Lucas Stoltz round out the top